All right. What's up, guys? My name is Jay. Thank y'all for tuning in, for those of you who are tuning in. All right, so I'm pretty much here today just to talk about my new album entitled Me 707. Okay. Okay. Oh, is that better? Yep. Y'all can hear me over there. Why you? What? Anyways. Okay. All right, so yeah. So like I said, I'm here to talk about my new album, Me 707. It actually comes out December 17th. Online, of course, like regular, like iTunes, Spotify, all those places. Then it'll actually be in stores as well. So like Target, Best Buy, Walmart, it'll be in all those places. So, so first, that's the first thing. I actually have like a whole list. We got a whole hour. So I got a whole list of stuff to talk about for this album, and I'm actually really excited. I've been trying to do this since I was in like high school, probably. Yeah, I've been trying to do this since I was in like high school. So the fact that all this is actually like happening is like really a dream come true. And certain chances like I had to take, like when it comes to like working and stuff like that, it was just like you gotta live in the moment. And I feel like right now it's time for me to chase my dream. So that's what I'm doing. So for those of you who are actually willing to take this journey with me and to listen to me, I'm gonna give you a whole lineup of how this next 2 months. Well, next 2 months is about to go. So first up, I'm actually having auditions. I'm having once the album comes out in January, I'm going to be doing a live listening party, and I'm looking for backup singers and also backup dancers. So those auditions will actually be December 16th, and I have a line of judges that'll actually be assisting me. I only have two of them here. One. I only have one here today, but the other ones are already set in stone to be there. So it's gonna be literally like a full on show. Like if you go to an artist concert, it's gonna look pretty much just like that. I'm still deciding like venue choices. That'll actually depend on how many backup dancers I need. I want 4. I want 2 males and 2 females, but depending on the venue of it, it's only going to be 2 female backup dancers, and then the male and the female backup singer. So I'm actually really excited about that show because that'll be like the big production. Like once everything is out, like once the album is out, once people are buying it, people are listening to it, people know all the songs and stuff like that. So it's pretty much all this is pretty much just a promo jack up until that concert comes, and then after that, the day after the auditions, like I said, the album comes out. It's December 17th, 2017. And then after that, I have another radio show that I'm going to be doing. This is actually my first. The next one is going to be on 93.9, and that I'm like so excited about that. I'm still deciding because they actually the person who I'm actually in connects with up there actually told me I have to choose one song from my album to play while I'm up there, and that's like the hardest thing to do. And because it's 14 tracks on the album, originally it was actually 18 songs on this album, but because of because of the distribution company that I'm with, I had to lower that to 14. So that's like hell. But I'm going to release a deluxe edition to it that's also going to come out in stores, and that's going to have 20 tracks on it instead of just the 14 that's on it, because that's like one of the biggest things I hate, like when it comes to me listening to music. I hate when artists put out like a song and it's only like 10, 11, 12 songs on it. Like I've been waiting like 2, 4, 5 years for this album. You ain't gonna put 11. I hate that. I can't stand it. So I'm not gonna do that with my music. Or like I've literally done like 20, 30 songs I think for this album, and I had to minimize it to 18, and then I minimized it down to 13, and then I just finished a song yesterday that's actually the last song of the album. That song I'm like really excited about. And then with this album, it's kind of like me falling. It's kind of like recognizing like your self-worth in a sense, like knowing who you are, knowing where you came from, and the things that you wanted to be. Like when you grow up, like some people want to be doctors and lawyers and all that other stuff. Well, no, I wanted to be an entertainer. And like literally my entire life, that's all I've been doing. I've been watching like singers and dancers, groups and stuff like that. Like that's always been like a passion of mine to do that. So the fact that I'm actually doing it again, it's like a dream come true. Like it's a dream come true. I'm just I'm just gonna leave it there. My throat is dry as hell. So after that, after the album comes out, the deluxe edition of the album is gonna come out actually on Christmas Eve, actually, and designing it. I'm still in the midst of like designing like how the CD's gonna look, because the original album cover is like it's kind of like trippy in a sense. I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all can only on the screen you can only see the Me 707. But the entire cover, yeah, that right there, it's like really trippy, and it's amazing to see what this cover came from. I wish I could show you like the original cover that I had made, and then the back cover of it just shows like the track list and who my distribution is going to be by and what company and label I'm under and all that stuff. It's my own label imprint, but I'm underneath Alliance and Super D Entertainment, which I'm actually really excited about, because it's actually the first time I'm releasing anything in a store, and my plan is to have like all my close friends and everyone who helped me like get to like where I'm at and stuff like that. I want everyone to be there. I already know I'm gonna cry. I'm a Cancer. We get emotional sometimes, like the biggest thing with Cancer. So for me, for this being a dream come true, it's like happy. It's gonna be happy tears. But yeah, I'm probably gonna cry. I'm pretty sure I am. But okay, so for the show, I'm actually I'm trying to plan out how I'm gonna do the set list, because of course I'm going to do the songs from the album, and then I'm also going to do like some songs by people who has inspired me. Of course, like my biggest group, well, my biggest artist is like groups. Like I love groups for some reason. Danny Kane, that's like my top group. Day 26 falls like right under them. Destiny's Child is in there somewhere, and then it's like a whole lot. It's a whole lot of other groups, but I know Danny Kane, Destiny's Child, and Day 26 are like the top 3 groups that I've looked up to, like from middle school to high school. It's just like those have been like my look to. So now it's kind of like I'm doing it myself. I'm actually making everything happen. I'm literally doing this like pretty much everything pretty much by myself, except for the show. The show and the audition is actually the only two things that I'm actually having help with. I refuse to do all that by myself. I refuse. Um, so since we're talking about the show, actually, if it's okay, I want to bring one of my judges up here. Um, come on, come on, come on. Yes, Miss Layla Jones. Come, she got no bodysuit. Come on, dude. Can we get the other mic? Oh, just bring it up. Got it. Yeah. Okay, I guess we don't. You got no bodysuit. I'm gonna punch me in your face. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my best friend. Her name is Taylor, but we call her Layla Jones. That's something I created. I take full credit for that. What it is. And she's actually going to be one of the judges. She's actually had her own like little career going on. She was a model, actress too. Actually, now that I think about it, a model and an actress. Um, she's like she's one of the people that I actually like. Like I respect her opinion. So when it comes to having a show and making sure that I look good, she's definitely like one of the first go-tos to. Um, she's definitely like one of the first go-tos for me to help find like who's going to be singing behind me and dancing next to me and all that other stuff. But without further ado, I'm gonna let her have the stage for a little bit just to talk about herself because she's gonna be judging y'all, so I don't want y'all to not know nothing about her. So I'm gonna let her I'm gonna let her do her thing and talk a little bit. I was not prepared
for all of this.
Well, look, we making dreams happen. So
okay, hello, I'm Taylor. Well, pretty much, I'm a aspiring model and actress, and I'm looking for some, good singers and dancers to back up my best friend here. Shut up. Okay.
She's the worst. That's it.
That's all I got.
Okay. Terrible. Get off my stage. Just go. Just go. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Next. Okay, so next I actually want to bring up. He's a possible judge, but he's also a choreographer. So whoever, all the dancers that I decide, he's actually gonna be a part of the choreography team. Come on. So take. Really? Okay, so this is my brother Dale. He's actually a modeling coach. A lot of my friends do model. I just realized that. So he's actually a model coach. He has his own modeling team. Then he's also under another modeling team. So, and on his modeling team, he actually does like some of the choreography on it. So of course, I'm gonna ask him to help me with the choreography for my show. And we also have a song together. Initially, it was on the standard, like the regular album, but since I had to knock it down to 14 tracks, I just decided to put our song on the deluxe edition, because that's pretty much what the deluxe edition is gonna be. It's pretty much gonna be features. It's gonna be like 2 features and 4 new songs. I think, yeah, like 2 features and 4 new songs, and and like I said, he's one of them. He's actually a really talented singer. We've been singing together for like 2 years. 2 years. 2 years, yeah. And it's crazy because when we had first met, we actually had said we were going to do a song together, and it didn't happen until 2 years later. That's like so sad, but it finally happened, and I actually really like that song. Like when we did it, it was like it's not finished, but it's definitely a good song. It's definitely one of those songs that kind of like reflects on yourself, because this album is pretty much just about like recognizing like your self-worth, like just knowing who you are and loving yourself for who you are, whatever your insecurities or whatever your fears may be, just recognizing them and knowing who you are and not letting anybody deteriorate that from your dreams and what you want to do in your life and things like that. That's basically what this whole album is about. And with that song, I think we literally had a conversation about like things we were going through in our lives, and we literally wrote that in that song. So like everything that you hear in the song is literally the conversation that we had like 5 minutes prior to writing the song. So I'm definitely excited about that. We need to get that finished. And I'm gonna let him talk about his modeling endeavors and shows and stuff like that because I'm pretty sure you have shows coming up. Which I'm gonna do. So yeah, but yeah, this is the floor is yours, sir. Temporarily.
So my name is Dale, Dale. Some people say Dell, but I am a modeling coach with Premier Models, and that comes with us giving back to the community and showing high school. We taking high school students who are ranging from 15? Is it 14, 15? 14 to about 17 years old. We taking inner city kids and pretty much get those kids off the street, just to provide a platform for them to do something that they want to do in their lives. And we invest about 2 hours every Monday and Wednesday at Berry Farms Recreation Center. So if anybody wants to come out, or if you know anybody who's willing and interested who would like to come out, I would greatly appreciate that. And you just hit up the Instagram premier.models@yahoo.com. But also, I write music myself, and I've been writing since I was about 12. Since I was about 12, I always had a passion for music, and I've always been alone. So I took a lot of time out just to write music in my room, family issues around that, still just writing music just to speak my voice. Because I don't often speak too much anyway. So I write it down just to get it off my chest. And I wrote multiple songs, never had anything produced, but I was lucky enough to come across this fellow. And I never met anyone who had the same interest I have with music, but he's like really passionate where we go out and I'm like, can you take your headphones off? I'm not even listening to nothing. I'm just thinking to myself. I'm just making music.
You ain't gonna be telling all my business.
I was like, but can we just hang? Let's make something together. You got your earbuds in.
That's not on purpose. That's just because my mind is always like thinking of an idea or creating lyrics in my head, and if I lose it, it's gone. I'm not gonna get it back. So I have to like write it down when it's happening. But he understands.
I get it.
He understands the situation.
I'm still here. I get it.
Exactly. He's still here, so he understands.
But I do want to plan to write another song with James, even though we wrote.
Well, you wasn't.
Yeah, I have a plan.
No,
but we did our first song that's not complete yet, Late Night Gym, and I just looked across the lyrics and I was like, dang, it's really good. So I hope you guys that are interested in his music really do get to that song, because that song is amazing. It's amazing. And it's like, if you think you can write a song alone, just imagine what you could do with somebody else. You never think what ideas would come together when you actually collab with somebody else. You're going to think, oh, I know everything. I might know exactly what I want. But when you hear like certain voices, certain sounds, when they come together, you kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like, I feel something different. And we just mash together. We mesh well. So that would be good.
I have to agree with that. Well, thank you, sir. I look forward to finishing this song and these auditions. This chair is on. Let's just let that be known. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you, sir.
You too. Don't be all homosexual.
What? What? I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. Do I just move this out the way? Just move that way? Okay, cool. Okay. All right, so those are all my guests for today. Actually, thank you. So now I kind of want to just get into like the actual details, like of the album, like of each song that I wrote. Now, where is it? Okay, so the first song on the album. Like I said, it's 14 songs. So I'm actually about to like really quickly like skim through every song, and just give a brief summary on it. So Male Model, that song is actually, it was inspired by SZA's SZA, for people who know who she is. Her song Supermodel, but I didn't want to keep the Supermodel. I just changed it to Male Model. It made a lot more sense. That song is really like that was actually the instrument that you heard playing in the intro. That's the actual song, and it's kind of like, in a sense, it's kind of like a, for me, I would say like an international pop record, because the majority of my music is pretty much labeled like, it's pop, but it's kind of like urban. It has like this urban tone, this urban undertone to it. So I just call it urban pop and R&B. That's like, because it's definitely some songs on here that's like really pop that you would expect from like a serious pop artist, but then there's still that urbanness to it. And then it's some songs that's actually just straight R&B, with strong 808s. Like that's like the biggest thing throughout this entire album. It's a lot of 808s. Like the bass and a lot of the songs is actually like really, really crucial. But I think it, like when you're listening to it, especially depending on the headphones that you listen to it with, like if you use Beats, it'll bring out the sound of the songs like 10 times better. So that's why like, I actually love listening to it in the headphones. I like listening to it on speaker too, but I like listening to it in headphones more, because you get the full surround sound to it. So it's like, so when I recorded it, it sounds pretty much just the same as when I recorded it. So, but yeah, Male Model is like an international pop track. It's pretty much, that's kind of a song pretty much saying that you meet someone and you're like you're really interested in that person, and you kind of present yourself in a way where, like when you go out for an interview or if you go to a modeling or anything like that, you make sure you look your best. So pretty much throughout this entire song, you pretty much just, you're telling this person that I can I can show you like what I can bring to the table. I can show you like when you're like what you're gonna get when you're with me, like everything in regards to me being in a relationship with you. This is me pretty much proposing me being in a relationship with you, pretty much, if that makes any sense, because I just scrambled that all over the place. It came out a lot better in my head, but whatever. So that's that song. The next song is called Air. Let me tell you something. Air is literally about when your phone is just consistently being blown up by somebody that's interested in you, and it's like there's a possibility you can be with that person, but then you're still like taking your time getting to know that person, so it's like it's not completely there yet. That's literally what Air is about, and it just, that song pretty much tells itself. Next song is called Ghost. Now Ghost is, to me, Ghost is like something, is a song where, of course, I talk about myself. Like it's sometimes like me being a Cancer, like I'm really in a relationship oriented person, but sometimes I just don't want nothing to do with it because it just annoys me that much. So it's like I'm either, I want to be this type of person, you know, that's all for relationships, but then I'm also this other person that really don't care about relationship at times. So it's kind of like both. And I think for me, I try to be like, sometimes I'll try to be in two places. Like I'll try to do both at the same time, but it's not possible. But I mean, I, I look, I've been doing it this far, so that's pretty much how that is. And then So What is pretty much the continuation to it. Um, it's pretty much I'm over this situation. I'm gone. I don't really care. If you want to leave, so what? I don't care. You can leave. I don't need you here. I'm better by myself anyway. That's literally what So What is. So it's just that independence, like after a breakup. Pretty much. That's literally what So What is. That's literally what So What is. And then FWU, which actually stands for Fuck With You. Ooh, that song right there. I actually wrote that song. That's actually the second song I wrote on this album. I wrote that when I used to live in Baltimore. And hmm, it's literally ooh. trying to figure out the right words to say this. Fuck with you is literally telling a story of how you went out your way for somebody and you did everything you could for that person, but you lost sight of who you are. You lost sight of how you normally operate or the things that you do or things that you like to do, whatever the case may be. You lost that because you were interested in this person. You paid all your time. You did all that for this one person, but that person didn't work out. So that's literally what fuck with you is about. It's just saying like, okay, I used to fuck with you, but I don't no more. I'd rather fuck with myself because I know I'm not gonna let myself down. I'm not gonna do things to potentially hurt myself, unlike someone else possibly will. So it's literally pretty much just saying that. So it goes back to the loving yourself and knowing your self-worth aspect of the album. And then Hey Jay, is actually a interlude, one of the interludes on my album. That's like, interludes are a big thing for me because, like I said, growing up, Day 26, Danny Kane, they had all types of interludes on their albums, and not even just them, other artists as well. I'm a really big fan for like interludes because they're so short, and the shortest songs sometimes be like the best songs. But then you have the songs where it's originally starts in an interlude and then it's remixed and then someone's added to that song. No, it just throws off the entire interlude. Just keep it as an interlude. But so it's called Hey Jay. I actually wrote this a week after my birthday. Literally, I think I wrote this like July 17th. My birthday July 7th. So yeah, so like a week after my birthday. And initially I was going to release it on my birthday, but because I had friends over and we had a little birthday shindig, I just decided to wait. So I released it later on, and that song actually the styling of the song actually comes from the Beatles. Their song Hey Jude. I ran across that song and I really liked it. So I pretty much just kind of mimic the style of the song, like how it's sung and stuff like that. And then I just threw my own little flair into it, all lyrics, all that stuff. And I actually think when I listened to it, I surprised myself, especially by the harmonies alone. I just surprised myself by doing that. And then number 7, which is actually my favorite number because it's my birthday, of course. It's called For Your Love and Disrespect My Heart. It's kind of like a 2-song in one, and it's literally just saying that, kind of like Monica's For You I Will. It's pretty much a modern day, that song, pretty much. I know back in the day, like that was a song like that everybody, if you don't know that song, it's just like I don't know what you've been doing all your life. Like everybody should know that song. So it pretty much mimics that in regards to like lyrics is concerned. It's pretty much just talking about how you'll do anything for the person that you really want to be in love with, whether it's yourself or whether it's someone else. Because how I wrote the album, I wrote it from 2 different perspectives. I wrote it from my perspective, like my actual experience going through, like that I actually went through while writing the song, or the reason that I wrote the song, and then I have the relatable aspect where someone else can listen to it and they can put their own interpretations on the song or what it means to them. So that's kind of how I wanted to do this album, because for music, that's how music was for me. Like I would listen to a song and I could sing it in the way that the artist sung it, but then I can still sing it in relations to something that I'm going through in my personal life. So that's something I definitely wanted to convey in my own music. So that's and then Disrespect My Heart. That's kind of, it's a funky. It gives me, like, to me, I get like a Miguel type vibe to it. I actually didn't do that song by myself. I actually had my producer, his name is Freedom, but he couldn't be here today, unfortunately. He's actually doing some of the background vocals with me. So when y'all hear that, it's and that brings it back to the urban pop, because it has its urbanness. Like the guitar riffs in it are just like mad crazy, and then it jumps into like this pop atmosphere once the song like progresses. So I think that comes back to like my urban pop R&B type genre. Like, I literally created my own genre for my music. I don't know if that's able to do, but I did it. So whatever. Okay, and then Priceless. That's like my little reggae song, I guess, like my dance hall tribute in a sense, if you want to say that. I wrote another song, um, like 2016 that actually I never released. I have like so many songs I haven't released, but it's kind of like a part two to that. I'm still debating on if I want to release that because my next project that I'm already planning in the midst of doing this project, I'm planning something else because my mind just never stops racing. So I'm planning on adding that to the next project. I'm still deciding on that, but it's literally it gives you vocals like background singers. Not background singers, but it like background vocals. Like on a live show, that song will actually be like a really dope song, like to perform, as well as the 13th track on the album called "Make You Love Me," which was originally the last track on the album, but because of the song that I finished yesterday, I had to change it because that song sounds like it's better as the last song of the album, and it's up tempo. I didn't want to end my album on a slow track. I wanted to like bring it back to life. So that's literally what Nirvana Love does. It's that song literally is like amazing to me. But Make You Love Me like on a stage like during the show, I'm gonna have how I'm planning it. It's gonna be me and of course my background singers, and we're gonna be going in a diagonal line because for those last two songs is actually a lot of background vocals to it. So it's kind of like a group song in a sense. Um, but it could be portrayed as a group song, like when it's performed live. And that's actually the section where I'm gonna like introduce the background singers to let them sing their songs, just so you can get to know them. So you're not just sitting in the crowd like, who are these people singing to me? I don't know who they are. They sound good, but I don't know who they are. So that's the section. I'm gonna use that song to do that, and then I have a song called "All Right," and that literally is just R&B. That's just a straight R&B song, and it's also the second interlude on my album, and it's pretty much just you're pretty much just enjoying your time with the person that you're with, because it's like you don't have to, because sometimes it's hard to spend time with the person that you're with. So it's like when you're with that person, you just have to enjoy that time together. So everything else doesn't matter. Everything else will be all right. You just need to worry about the person that you're with at that moment. So that's literally what that song portrays. Um, okay, all this loving. Um, all this loving. That was actually a completely different track, but I slowed it down. I stripped it down, and kind of just made it. I kind of, in a sense, kind of let my vulnerable side be shown a little bit. Um, and it's pretty much just a situation. It's pretty much just a song that you have to. Like me personally, I would literally listen to that song while I to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that, but I said it. But that's because and that's another thing that I try to incorporate with my music because for me, all that does is just heightens the music. Like it just makes me feel like I'm one with my music, and that's like the best feeling in the world. Just to have music that anybody listens to. Like my actual debut album, I got like a lot of good reviews on my debut album, and that was a completely different sound from what this album is. That album was more so like alternate soul, pretty much. And this album, I'm trying to turn it over to the mainstream side because that's the sound of it is more mainstream than my first album was. And but a lot of people liked a lot of songs on my album, like on iTunes. I actually got a email about like the most successful song on my album, and I did a cover to Frank Ocean's Pink and White. There you go, Pink and White, and that actually was like the most successful song on my album. Still to this day, I can't even believe that particular song. Of course, other songs like literally every song has been a popular song on the album. and I'm trying to shoot that and further for this album because this album has a lot more meaning behind it. Because of course my first album had meaning to it, but this one has a lot more in depth meaning to it. But it makes you get. It makes you get. Some songs makes you get up and dance. Like it's literally only a couple of songs where you can get up and actually dance to it. So I wanted, and that was my goal for this album. I wanted to shoot for a more up tempo album because the first album was like mid tempo and slow tempo. So, and I know for me and being that I grew up on pop artists, up tempo songs are like kind of like a haven for me, I guess you could say, because it's like you can sing a song and there can be meaning behind the song, but if it makes you dance to it, it just makes you love that song even more. So that's what I wanted to channel that for this album. I think I did. I think I did a pretty good job doing that. And I think the last song is actually a cover. I wanted to follow the same pattern that I did for my first album when covering a song, but this time I actually covered Fifth Harmony's "Deliver." That's like the most R&B song on their new album, and I think how I did it, me personally, definitely think I definitely think I did that song. It definitely showcases more of my high notes, my high registers, my background vocals. It definitely portrays that in that song. So, and that's literally the entire album. Now the deluxe edition. Ooh, I'm still planning that out. Um, I have the song. I have the songs already. I just gotta finish making adjustments to it. Um, so that's pretty much me 707, the album. And then I'm actually also doing a documentary for it as well. Like when I start actually doing shows, right now I have plans to do 3 shows, 2 minor shows in December, like like late December, and then 1 show in January. And I'm still looking like for spaces. Like I told Barry, I'm still looking for spaces. My first go-to was Howard Theater, but it might end up being depending on whose deal is. But I think I'm gonna go with U Street Music Hall, cause that's kind of like a big thing in this area, like in DC or DMV period. So I think I'm gonna shoot for that, and then that actually works for like the setup and everything, cause I'm not gonna have a DJ, just gonna be me, 2 singers and dancers. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much how the show's gonna go. More information will come about that, but the auditions for it is gonna be held at the Dance Institute of Washington. Um, I can I can't put out the address on here. Oh well, I get well. I'll be well. You'll see flyers pretty much, like, because I don't think I can like just say out the address on here. I don't think I can do that. Can I do that? I can say out the address. Oh, okay. Well, I don't have. Okay. I didn't know I could, but okay, cool. So I can say the address, but it's at Dance Institute of Washington, which is actually at Columbia Heights Station. It's like like a 3-4 block from the station. It's not far at all. And it'll actually be in Studio B from 4 to 6. So I'm actually really looking forward to hearing everybody that comes out and seeing stuff like that. So that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. We mad early, but it's like mad early. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe we'll do an intermission and come back if that's possible. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to take an intermission real quick. Probably bring something else. I'll probably play some snippets. Oh yeah, play some snippets on the album when we come back. So cool.
I can be everything you want, yeah. Everything that you desire. Give you what you never had, yeah. And what you need, I can supply, yeah. Baby, when you look at me, tell me what do you see? I know you like when I do it for you. What would you like me to be? I can make sure I look good for you. Make sure I'm on my shit for you. Yeah, I come through, I deliver. Give you something you won't forget, yeah. I wanna be all up on your screensaver. Make sure you think about me later. Show up brightly, that's mine. Have you bang about me all the time? Yeah, do I wanna be a male model? I look good for you, make you wanna follow. Hey baby, I can be a male model. Keep me all to yourself, don't let me go. I can be a male model. You want something real, yeah. Someone to call your own, yeah. Well, I'm right here. I'm your lover, babe, and I ain't going nowhere. Baby, when you look at me, tell me what do you see? I know you like when I show up for you. What would you like me to be? I can bring my A1 game for you. Show you just what I bring to the table. And baby, if that ain't enough, then keep me on up on your screensaver. I run out of your mind, down later. You wanna lock me down, that's fine. And have me to yourself all the time. Yeah, baby, I wanna be a male model. I look good for you, make you wanna follow. I know you wanna follow. Hey, baby, I can be a male model. Keep me all to yourself, don't let me go. Yeah, baby, I wanna be a male model. I look good for you, make you wanna follow. Hey, baby, I can be a male model. Keep me all to yourself, don't let me go. Baby, when you look at me, tell me what do you see? I know you like the way I do it for you. What would you like me to be? Yeah, babe, I wanna be a male model. I look good for you, make you wanna follow. Hey, baby, I can be a male model. Yes, I wanna be. Keep me all to yourself, don't let me go. Yeah, baby, I wanna be a male model. I can be, yes. I look good for you, make you wanna follow. I can make you wanna follow. Hey, baby, I can be a male model. Keep me all to yourself, don't let me go. I can be a male model. It wasn't something that I expected to happen. I knew from the very moment that we met and I met. The night it went oh so smoothly. Feelings with rhythm. That moment you saw the difference in me. Now I got you feeling like you is what I got you feeling while in this state of bliss. Yeah, I made you confess it. Now you won't go. Oh no, you won't let go. Now you reminiscing. You got some good. said you get some good love. Made me swear not to leave this good love. Cause it takes me to Nirvana. And leave you, I don't wanna. Love me from Nirvana. Urban boy with city mentalities. My mama says they keep them falling down to their knees. We come right up. So in love as you running down the street. And once you got a powerful kiss, that's what you told me. Yeah, I keep living life. Is what I got you feeling while in this state of bliss. Yeah, I made you confess it. Now you won't go. You got some love. Even though it says you get some love. Made me swear not to leave this good love. Cause it takes me to Nirvana. And leave you, I don't wanna. Love me from Nirvana. Is what I got you feeling while in this state of bliss. Yeah, I made you confess it. Now you won't go. You got some good love. Even though it's hurt you, there's that good shit. Made me swear not to leave this good love. Cause it takes me to Nirvana. And leave you, I don't wanna. Love me from Nirvana.
Whew. Okay, so thank y'all for tuning in. So this like we got 5 minutes left, so I'm just gonna wrap up everything, repeat everything. All right, so album in stores, online, December 17th. Auditions for my show is going to be December 16th at Dance Institute of Washington. Deluxe edition to the album comes out December 24th, the day before Christmas. And that's it. The show. Okay, auditions, show. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, last thing. Those 2 songs I just played, that's actually the first and last track on the album. The Nirvana Love is what I did, is those song I did last night. And then Male Model, that's the first song on the album. So those are just 2 songs. Like every song, literally almost every song it's not different, but it's different at the same time, if that makes any sense. So when that comes out, definitely go get that. Try to be on social media more. You can follow me on social media. Instagram is Chocolate Haitian, and then Twitter is Choco Haitian J, and then Snapchat is J.the-kid, JAE.DAKIDD. There you go. So follow me on all of there. I said my Twitter, right? Snapchat. Okay, yeah. All right. So until the show comes, until the album comes out, thank y'all for following, thank y'all for supporting, thank y'all for listening. Peace. Was that 5 minutes?
Production. You know I keep it ready on the regular, so I don't have to get ready in a setting up. When I give it, I make sure I give more than enough. Yeah, you know this. You know this. No need for replacement over warranty, and you'll never need another. That's a guarantee. I can overlook this body if that's what you need. Yeah, you know this. You know. I never hit on this, and you know I always come through. Show up looking like my photo, keep it full proof. When you call me, you know that's what I'm gon' do. Yeah, my baby knows that I deliver. That's exactly what I'm gon' do. Yeah, my baby knows that I deliver. You know what's coming when I come through. I know you got the message, I deliver. Always get the job done way too easily. I assure you I back up with so my resume. Yeah, I know you know this. I know you know this. I'll never let you down. All that you heard about. Why? That's why you come around. I know you know this. I know you know this. I know you don't miss it. No, I always come through. Show up looking like my photo, keep it full proof. When you call me, know you know that's what I'm gon' do. Yeah, my baby knows that I deliver. And that's exactly what I'm gon' do. Yeah, my baby knows that I deliver. You know what's coming when I come through. I know you got the message, I deliver. That's exactly what I'm gon' do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, my baby knows that I deliver. Yeah, you know what's coming when I come through. Give it up, so send it back. Yeah, I'm hard to please, that's just me, I'll give that. I'm always happy that you wanna back. You can say I'm